All right, good evening and welcome to the Franchise Time Machine. Welcome, Tonk Mato. Good having you in the chat right off the bat. So, we're going to do kind of getting back to basics here. The backstory is I was going to offer I want a license to OOTP 25. I was going to offer it to my friend's dad, who's like a huge baseball fan. Because I thought, he likes baseball history, baseball stats, but he thought the game would be like over his head. And so even if it's not for him, maybe for other people, I wanted to show people how easy and fun it is to do a simulation in the game. But just in case he ever sees this, I'm going to pick his favorite team, his favorite player, and then I'm going to create a picture that it's essentially going to be him, so he can pitch to his favorite player, who's Yogi Berra. So we're going to do this in 2023 and show how easy it is to import peak Yogi Berra, how easy it is to create a picture that will, I'm not going to dox anybody, but we'll kind of name after my friend's dad. We'll whatever name I was thinking whatever name the computer generates for our created player, we'll just name him Grandpa X, whatever the last name is. We'll keep the last name, and then we'll run the sim. But I think we'll do highlights for the first game, so we can see him pitching with Yogi Berra as his battery mate catching. And then so we're gonna make him. He'll be a legend at fully developed, and we'll install him as the number one starter on the 2020 Yankees. So he'll pitch opening day. We'll do highlights for opening day, and then we'll sim the rest of the season. And I've already made the pack giveaway form in advance because I'm going to try to keep this sim very clean and very focused on the sim. So here is the link to form for tonight's 10 pack giveaway. I'll put that in the chat. And pin this. Okay, and we will get started. So the first thing we're going to do is open up the game. All right, so here's the game loading up. Okay, so we're just going to play OOTP. We're going to ignore this right side of the screen, even though it's a lot of fun. We're going to go focus on the left side of the screen, which is what a lot of us call the base game, or the kind of historical simulation part of the game. And we're just going to create a new game. And we'll do 2023, so it's a historical game. We could do it in 2024, but I wanted to be able to give people some guardrails or like some guidelines on like I asked, for example, one of the questions in the contest is how many games will this version of the Yankees win? Well, I want to be able to tell them in 2023 they won 82 games. So we'll use a historic season that's already completed. So challenge mode is the way you play the game where you don't get to be in commissioner mode. You can't change players. You can't force trades. Um, but you can win. What do you win? I think you win packs and maybe perfect points. But we're not going to play challenge mode so we can go in and make some changes to the game. And we're going to play in 2023. So you can play any season from 1871 to the current season 2024. We're going to play 2020, so modern times. You can win one pack per 72 hours in Challenge World. Thank you, Tonknado. Now, we're just simulating one season, so we're not going to import the complete history, but you can. We're also going to do one season simulation, so it doesn't really matter which of these we pick. We'll just return it to default mode for now. Okay, we are not going to use real historical transactions or lineups because we we just want the season to happen however it's going to play out, but we're not going to use reserve rosters. We're not going to have minor leagues. So whatever 26 players the teams have on their rosters at the beginning of the season, that's what they'll end with. So we'll also turn off the minor leagues. You don't need minor leagues in this case because we're just doing one season. We're going to turn off injuries so you don't have to call up anyone to fill in for anyone who got hurt. It'll just keep things a lot simpler. So we're not going to have expansion during the season either. Okay, but you can see, you can already get a sense of how much you can customize this game. Okay, this is just how are the players rated? How do you see the ratings? And we're just going to leave it as the default. So most of the player attributes will be rated on a 20 to 80 scale, like they do in real baseball. But their overall ratings will be on a 5-star system. Okay, we're going to call this. We'll call it Yankees Yogi Demo. Okay, we're going to play in commissioner mode, which means we can make a bunch of changes, including creating players, which is one of the things we'll do, and we cannot be fired. And in a change, because I'm a Mets fan, instead of running the Mets, or instead of taking over the A's and replacing them, we're going to run the Yankees today because this is my my friend's dad's favorite team. So we're going to run the Yankees. All right, so the game's just thinking, setting up the season. All right, we can run any team in the league we want to, but we're going to pick my friend's dad's favorite team, the Yankees here. We can also not run a team and basically just run the league if we want to. All right, so here we're in the Yankees manager's office. Our next game will be the season opener against the Giants, and we can go over here and look at our pitching staff. Right, there are no stats yet, but let's look at their ratings. Right, overall star rating, stuff, movement, home run rate, all these things are rated 20 to 80. Velocity, stamina. Yeah, and these are all the actual players from 2023. And then the lineups. Takmino, do you happen to remember, are these rosters the opening day rosters, or are they the playoff rosters or the end of season rosters? I can never remember if this is a snapshot of the beginning of the season or the end of the season. Anyone who's green is in the starting lineup. Anyone who's white is a reserve. Should be opening day. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import their favorite player, which is Yogi Berra. Now, the one thing we need to do to import a player is we need to get what's called their player ID. Now, fortunately, there's a great baseball website that a lot of us use called baseballreference.com. And that's what we're going to use to find the player ID. Now, let me pull that up for you here. Okay, so we're just going to look up Yogi Berra. Super easy to do. Just type in autofills names. right? And we want the player profile, not the managerial profile. But if you look up here in the URL for this page, you'll see that it has Barra YO01. That's their player ID. That's all you need to import a player into the game. OOTP uses the same uh, player ID that Baseball Reference uses. So that's why I use this site. But the other thing we need is we need to figure out which version of Yogi Berra do you want to import. We can pick any version of his career. And I'm assuming we'll want to bring in one of the best. Now, I think partly because he was a catcher, he doesn't have a lot of black ink. Black ink is the bolded numbers that are used to show that a player led the league into something. Bold and italics have led the major leagues. Another thing I use to find like a peak season is All-Star years. But look at this. There's little stars here for the years that are All-Stars. What is that, 14 in a row? Amazing. Now, granted, All-Star voting is voting, so there's a lot of popularity involved too. Voting also took place at the stadium, so there was a lot to do with um, box office draw, like gate draw. How many people do you have coming to the games to vote? But still, an impressive accomplishment. But the next thing then we can use is MVP votes. Right, for most players, you're lucky to get an MVP vote, but it's impressive enough that it usually points to an outstanding season. But Yogi Berra is a guy who won 3 MVP awards, so why don't we just kind of look at those seasons? All right, OPS, on base percentage plus slugging, pretty good gauge of how good of an offensive season a player had. So in 51, he had an 842, hit 27 home runs. In 54, he had an 855 with 22 home runs. And in 55, he had an 819 with 27 home runs. Now, if you go by OPS alone, then you might want to choose 1950 with a 915 OPS, 28 home runs, and 124 RBI. Or you might go to this 911 OPS season where he had 30 home runs, which ties for his career high. He finished second MVP voting. So this is tough. Like, there's a lot of really good seasons in here. I'm kind of inclined to pick this one. Finished third in MVP voting, but hit 322, which I think is his career high in batting average. Had a 915 OPS, which is a career high, and 28 home runs, which is his third high season. He had two 30 home run seasons and this 28 home run season. And second RBI total, just one behind his career high of 125. So let's take this 1950 Yogi Berra. So I'm just going to make note of, we're going to take Berra YO for Yogi 01 and 1950. That's all we need to know to import him to the game. So we can go back to the base game and we can take care of that. Now, there's an easier way to import multiple players, and we can import them directly into the Yankees. But for tonight, since we're just importing one player, we're just going to do it the slightly less convenient way. So to add a player to a team, we just go to the free agent screen, and over to the right, under actions, you can import historical players. Right. The only trick part is you have to know it's the historical underscore database. And then up at the top here, if you're just importing one player, you can just enter in their player ID, which is Berra YO01. And we want the 1950 season. It's a major league season, so we don't have to check this box for include players in the minor league database. And we want the peak. And you don't even have to have this right. I just like to do this a certain way, but it's not even that important. Peak seasons of career, base fielding ratings on entire career. Pitcher stamina doesn't really matter. Um, and these things down here are if you're importing some players who had um, smaller sample sizes of at bats or innings, it basically tells the computer what you want it to do in terms of whether you wanted to um, lower their capabilities or keep them as is. So we're just going to import Yogi Berra. Now he's going to import into the free agent pool. So we'll just have to go find him. Oh, convenient. There are no free agents right now. So he's the only free agent. So we can sign him, but that takes time. And we want to start the season right away. So we're just going to go to editor and we're going to edit his team. Now, this is biographical information. You can also see his hitting profile. And for pitchers, you can see their pitching profile. And as the name would suggest, editor will also let you change these things, not just see what they are. But you can see here, he's above league average in batting average of balls in play, very far above average in avoiding strikeouts. So that combines to calculate a contact rating that's significantly above the league average. About average gap power, slightly above average home run power, and slightly below average eye and patience. But overall, a very good hitting profile. But let's go back to the bio page. We're just going to change his, you can even change his walk-up music, but we're just going to change his team to the Yankees. So we're just basically going to assign him to the Yankees. We'll bypass all the, see, and the Yankees logo shows up there. We'll bypass all the inconvenience of having to sign him. And you can see here, because it's the 1950 season, he's a two-time All-Star at this point. He was an All-Star in 48 and 49, and this is his 1950 profile. But now he's playing in 2023. The other thing is it changes his birth date, right, to 1998 so that he's the same age in 2023 that he was in 1950. So basically just puts him in a time machine, brings him to 2023, which is part of why I named myself in this channel Franchise Time Machine, because we're playing in franchise mode and we're moving players around through time. All right, so that's done. He is now on our roster. So if we go to our Yankees roster, all right, you'll see Yogi Berra's in there. Let's sort by position. And there's Yogi Berra in there with Kyle Higashioka and Jose Trevino. So we'll be interested to see what the computer does. Actually, we'll make the cuts. We'll make some roster changes to get us deck down to 26 players. Now, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to add my friend's dad into the game as a pitcher who will pitch to Yogi Berra as his battery mate. So we'll go back to the free agent screen. We'll go to create a fictional player. Right now, these are the different levers you can pull when creating fictional players. We can have randomized position, but we know we want this person to be a starting pitcher. Player type, just default, they're going to be a major leaguer. Nationality, we'll go American. Player age, we'll go major leaguer, so we'll go 26 to 29 because we want him to be fully developed, but he's going to be legend level. So the levels are scrub, bench, average, good, star, and legend. Now there's still randomization here, but this will guarantee that we get a player that's good enough to have a lot of fun with in this simulation. Service time, we'll let it automatically calculate that. Not eligible for the draft, we're going to add him right to a major league team. And how many of this type of player do we want to create? We're just going to create the one. Or maybe we should create three and pick which one we like the best. Let's do that, because then you can see also how to look at different profiles and stuff. All right, we'll create three. Okay. Andy Camacho, Matt Pringle, and Kevin Worth. Now, normally I'd jot this down somewhere because the players tend to get lost in the free agent pool, but the pool was empty. So we should be able to find are free agents, and there they are. They're all 5-star rated. They're all between 25 and 27 years old. So let's take a look. We'll look at their pitching ratings. Okay, all have good stuff. This one has slightly better movement. These top two have better control. And the one at the top has the best velocity. So the one in the middle is actually has the best combination of all the different attributes, but has the worst stamina. So I think we'll just go ahead and take this top picture. Has the highest stamina, um, has the worst hold, but I think if we want this player to be our ace, then I think he's got to have the stamina, and the high velocity will also help. So we'll just take this. What we'll just do is we'll delete the other two players. Ezra Denny, thank you for the raid. Congratulations on wrapping up your off season so you can start 1960 Giants with your next stream. Looking forward to seeing that. Welcome, Raiders. What we're doing tonight is uh, basically doing a very quick and simple simulation to show how easy it is to have fun with OOP25. So the audience I have in mind for this is my friend's dad, who's a big baseball fan. And I offered to give him a license to the game, and he thought it might be too complicated over his head. And I mean, if he thinks that, I'm not going to push it. But I want to create the sim. Maybe he'll see it someday. Maybe he won't. But to basically show someone like that, but like, no, it's actually really easy to have fun in the game. It's just that you can make it as complicated and as in depth as you want it to be. But if you want to just have like a light, fun experience, like you can do that too. Uh, Ezra got to refuse 47 crappy trades. Yeah, that's one of the worst parts of the off season of the game is getting bombarded with trade requests that make no sense. Um, and no matter what trade you come up with, your assistant GM will always be like, I don't quite like that trade. So yeah, so that's what we're doing tonight. We've already imported his favorite player, Yogi Berra, onto the 2023 Yankees. We're now creating a pitcher that will basically be a version of him so that he can pitch to his favorite catcher on his favorite team, the Yankees. Um, and there's actually a link pinned to the chat. If you want to guess what the some of the outcomes of the season will be, you can win 10 packs or your share of 10 packs, 7 packs to the winner, 3 packs to second place. The questions in the form are asking you to guess a few different outcomes of the season. All right, so let's get back to setting this up. So we've created these 3 players, all legend level, all in their primes. And we're going to delete these other 2. We're going to stick with this Andy Camacho player. And just like we did with Yogi Berra, we're going to go ahead and just assign him to the Yankees just because signing a player can sometimes take a while. You might have to negotiate with them, and that back and forth we don't want to deal with. We're just going to put him right on the Yankees. See the logo pop up? He's now on the Yankees. And as I said at the beginning, we're not gonna dox anybody, so we're just gonna rename him Grandpa Camacho. We'll keep the nickname Sticky. I kind of like that. Grandpa Sticky Camacho. Okay, and in the roster, we'll go ahead and click on Yogi Berra and Grandpa Camacho, and we're going to put both of them on our short list. All that means is if we ever want to go see just the players we've added or are created. Oh, wait, did I not add them to the short list? Oh, I did. Why aren't they showing up? That's weird. Okay, well, at least I got one part of the short list, which is anytime you look at our roster, you can see them in all caps. All right, so it'll be a little bit easier to spot them. Yeah, maybe there was a filter on. Let me go back and see. Oops. Oh yeah, this is from the last sim. We did have a filter on. Thank you, Tonkmato. Yeah, so anytime we just want to see our creative players, we can just come to this short list. But most of our activity will be in this roster. Now, we have 28 players now, so to make room in our roster, let's go to our pitching staff. We're gonna have to cut somebody. So you know what? I have enough confidence in the computer that if I let it make roster decisions, it will keep Yogi Berra and our legendary pitcher. So let's see what it does. Okay, it kept Camacho. And wait, where's Yogi Berra? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Kept Yogi Berra. All right, so we now have, and this is what we wanted. We wanted Grandpa Camacho to be the ace so that we can watch the first game of the season. Um, and actually, we'll probably manage the first game of the season. So we'll watch all the at bats that Grandpa pitches uh, with Yogi Berra as his catcher. So I think that's it. Now, there's just a few things we want to do to make sure um, we can just make it through the season without anything weird happening. Now, you don't have to do these things, but it also gives you a sense of how much you can do with a game if you want to. But we're actually going to be turning off a lot of things just to simplify things. So we're going to turn off the coaching system. That means during the course of the season, your coaches can um, make your players perform better, or if you have bad coaches, maybe perform worse. We're going to turn off injuries and turn off suspensions because we're only going to use our 26-man rosters. We're not going to have to worry about reserves. And player development, players, we're not going to have them develop during the season. So we're going to disable all this stuff. But there are lots of cool player development tools that you can use during the course of a season. Okay, and then let's see this stuff. Oh, we're going to turn off trading. So all the teams are going to start and end with the same 26 players. No one's going to get hurt. No one's going to get suspended. No one's going to get traded. For those of you who are going to be guessing in the card giveaway or the pack giveaway, just remember that injuries are off. So that will help some teams and maybe potentially, well, no, it should help every team. The good players who get injured during the season, they're going to get to play the entire season. So, and then just for the All Star vote, we're going to turn off the influence of popularity. So it'll just be a measure of how well they're doing this season. And then we're not going to make them retire players according to history. We're not going to make them miss seasons according to history. We're just going to let the season play out. We're not going to calculate modifiers. This is a little more complicated than I want to get into, but basically, we're just going to let the players be themselves. We're not going to let the computer either boost or mute players to get to like 2023 league totals. There's a whole different topic that if you're interested, you can watch one of the many videos that we've created on that topic from past streams. Okay, I think that's it. Then we're going to do a few things here just to make sure that when we do simulate the season, we don't get interrupted. We're just going to uncheck all these boxes. And then during the course of a simulation, we're going to get a bunch of messages. I'm going to turn off all of them except a few certain kinds we want to get to let us know about major awards at the end of the season. So we can see if Yogi Berra wins the MVP, for example, or to see if our Grandpa Camacho pitcher that we created wins the Cy Young Award, but also to see all-star voting results and things like that. Okay, so we're just going to save this just in case we have a crash. And I think I'll back it up too, just in case. A backup is basically just a version of a save that's kind of frozen in time. Whereas your saves, you keep saving over the save. The backup will remain at this preseason moment until we back it up again. Okay, so we're ready to go. I think let's pause here a moment and see how we're coming with the survey or the pack contest. We're giving away 10 packs tonight, courtesy of the park developments. Let me take a peek at the survey and see. Okay, why don't we do this? I'm going to push some ads so that we don't get interrupted during the simulation. I'm going to refill my water and take a bio break, and then that'll give everyone time to fill out the form to enter the contest, and then we'll run the simulation. All right, I think we might be back ads or no. Looks like we still have a few more ads to go. All right, are we back? I think we're back. Looks like we're back. All right. So we've already created a season in 2023. We've already imported a historical player in the 1950 version of Yogi Berra. We could have imported as many players as we wanted to from whatever years we wanted to, going back all the way to 1871, I think. Um, and we've created a player. We created a legend level pitcher and renamed them Grandpa for my friend's dad. And he'll get to pitch to his favorite player, Yogi Berra, on opening day. So let's just go ahead to opening day. So we're going to sim to opening day. So under play, there's different options of how far you want to jump ahead. And we're just going to jump ahead to opening day. Okay, so here it is. Opening day is the Giants at the Yankees, Logan Webb against our created player, my friend's dad, Grandpa Camacho. Now, you know, if I were to do this for him in person, I would change, we can go in and we can change his height and weight and facial type and all kinds of attributes to make him uh, look like my friend's dad. And then I can ask, if you're going to be like an amazing major league pitcher, what kind of pitcher would you want to be? Like, what pitches do you want to throw? Do you want to be like a big strikeout pitcher? Do you want to be like a Greg Maddux control type pitcher? And we can change him using these ratings into whatever he might want to be. But for now, we just let the AI or the computer create a legend level pitcher for us. So we're gonna watch this, or we're actually gonna manage this game. So we don't have to hide scores. We're just gonna go in and manage the game. Now you can manage pitch by pitch, or at bat by at bat, or you can even go in and let the computer simulate the game, and then you can come back and watch highlights, either play by play or where you watch every play, or you can watch just highlights. So the computer will choose certain plays to show you. Okay, we're not going to mess with the lineup at all. We're just going to go with whatever lineup the computer is set. Yogi Berra is batting third. And with the DH, our pitcher is not batting, but our pitcher is pitching opening day. So, with no changes to make, we're just going to start the game. All right, this is one of the many views you can have of the game. This is classic 3D view. I kind of like this because it shows the in-game stats, but there are here's like modern 3D view. Here's modern 2D view, but we'll go with classic 3D view. All right, so we're just gonna go at bat by at bat. Unless we're gonna take an action, we can just hit the space bar. So Grandpa Camacho is this is the first at bat of the season. 1-1 count, no outs. That's a ground ball to second. Is that Gleyber Torres, I guess? Yep, Gleyber Torres to Anthony Rizzo at first for the out. J.D. Davis up now. Strikes out swinging. Line drive past the second baseman in the center field. Harrison Bader gets it back in the infield, holds them to a single. Wilmer Flores up with 2 outs and a runner on first, ground ball to third, and the side is retired. I guess we'll watch the Yankees at bats too. Harrison Bader, lazy fly ball to center, one away. Oh, wait a second. I forgot to close the form. Let me do that right now. Okay, the form is closed. Not that one game is going to give away a ton, but all right, Aaron Hicks up now for the Yankees. One out, 1-1 count. That's a fly ball to right field. All right, here's Yogi Berra's first at bat, imported all the way from 1950. Ground ball up the middle. 6-3 ground out. Retires the side. All right, Grandpa back up on the mound. Ground ball to second. One out. Austin Slater up now for the Giants. Pop up to the catcher. And Yogi Berra squeezes it for the out. I mean, this has to be cool, right? If you if you grew up a Yogi Berra fan and now you're in the game, like this would be his name if I were doing it for him. I would put in his real name, and you get to see yourself pitching to Yogi Berra, working on a one hitter. I hope I didn't jinx the one hitter, by the way. All right, sides are tired. Bottom of the second for the Yankees. Oh, in hindsight, I should have turned the DH off so we could watch Grandpa Camacho hit too. And Anthony Rizzo up. Strike out. This is quite a pitcher's duel. Logan Webb and Grandpa Camacho. Quite a pitcher's duel. Ground ball to third. Throw out to first. One away now. Brandon Crawford up. Full count. Fly ball to right field. Both sides just one batter above the minimum. All right. The Yankees are up now. Ground ball to first. Pitcher covers. One away. Anthony Volpe up. Oh, it's an error. I saw today on Sports Center that the Yankees were playing the Rangers, and Volpe was hitting against. Is it Jack Leiter on the? Oh yeah, because the other Leiter's on the Yankees, right? And they were high school teammates, so they had video of them playing high school ball together, and then they showed some of their at bats against each other. It was pretty cool. All right, Volpe's still on with the error. 2 outs now for Harrison Bader. Oh, that's in the deep left center field. That'll be extra bases. Trying to give Grandpa Camacho some run support. Okay, so we can try to score. Let's go for it. Let's get some run support for Grandpa. Here's the throw in from center field. Not in time. So we're a little aggressive there on the base running, but turns into a run for us. So Bader's now on third after that throw. Scoring position for Aaron Hicks. Ground ball to second. And that's put away for the out. But we do have a run now. Grandpa Camacho pitching with a 1-run lead. Fly ball to center field. 2 outs. Line drive to center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Held to a single. That brings up Jock Peterson. Pops out to shortstop. Retires the side. Bottom of the fourth now looking for insurance runs. Line drive up the middle. Past the shortstop. Oh, that was Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra trying to give his battery mate some run support. Judge flies out. Oh, it's gone. I thought that was a flyout. 2-run shot. Draws in Yogi Berra. Triples the lead to 3-0. Gleyber Torres grounds out to third for the first out of the inning. Anthony Rizzo up now. Pop up to the right side of the infield. Squeezed by the second baseman for the out. And DJ LeMahieu with 2 outs. Grounded to third for the putout. All right, but the damage is done. 3-0 lead now for Grandpa Camacho, who continues to cruise into the 5th inning with a strikeout. Fly ball to left field. Plays made. 2 outs. Patrick Bailey up now with 2 outs. 3-0 count. Draws the walk. I think that's the first walk given up by Grandpa Camacho today. It is. 1 walk against 3 strikeouts. Oh, the ball gets away from the Yogi Berra. Runner advances. I don't know if that scored a wild pitch or a pass ball. Runner in scoring position, but popped out to shortstop. Ends the threat. So Grandpa gets out of that jam. Yankees looking to pad that lead even more. Ground ball to first. Easy out, unassisted. 1 away now for Jake Bauers. Line drive to center field, but will be caught. Hangs up there for the center fielder. 2 outs. And Harrison Bader. Lazy line drive to right field. Drops in for the base hit. Aaron Hicks with a line drive to center, but that's going to hang up there for a fly out. Ends the inning. All right, San Francisco up now, top of the 6th. Strikeout swinging. J.D. Davis now. Another strikeout swinging. Seems like Grandpa Camacho might be getting even stronger as the game goes on. 3 up and 3 down in the 6th for the Giants. Brings up Yogi Berra. Leading off the bottom of the 6th for the Yankees. Ground ball to second. 1 away. Aaron Judge, always dangerous. Draws a walk. Brings up Gleyber Torres. Ground ball to third. That's going to be an infield hit. So 2 on for Anthony Rizzo. Strikes out swinging. 2 outs now for DJ LeMahieu with 2 runners on. Ground ball to short. And that'll retire the side. Grandpa's cruising, so I think we don't need to put anyone up in the pen yet. It is the 7th. We'll keep an eye on him. Line drive to center, caught by the center fielder. Bader puts it away for the first out. Chalk Peterson up now. Strikes out swinging. Grandpa Camacho cruising in the 7th inning still. Ground ball to short. Should be an easy play at first, and it is. 7 shutout innings by Grandpa Camacho so far. Brings up Anthony Volpe. Ground out for 1 out. Jake Bauers up now with 1 out. Strikes out swinging. All right, we're going to get someone up just in case, just because it is heading into the 8th inning. It is 2023 ball. So let's see. We'll get a lefty and a righty up. Slow roller right in front of the plate. Plays made to retire the side. Conforto leading off the eighth for the Giants. Grandpa Camacho still dealing. 7th strikeout of the game. Another swinging strikeout. All right, I think we're going to sit down these relievers. Grandpa's made his point. Ground ball to short. And retires the side. 8 shutout innings of 2 hit balls so far by Grandpa Camacho. Aaron Hicks leading off the bottom of the 8th. Strikes out. Yogi Berra now. He is, what is he batting tonight? He's 1 for 3. Seems to be settling in very nicely into the 21st century. Ground ball to second. And he's retired at first. 2 outs for Judge. We'll get our closer up just in case. And he strikes out swinging. All right, so we head into the top of the 9th, up 3-0. Grandpa Camacho still on the mound. Does not seem to have gotten the memo that in hit by a pitch. That in 2023 we usually do not go the distance, but so far he's cruising. We'll see if that hit by a pitch changes anything. Fly ball to right field. Caught for the out. 1 away. I don't think they're going to steal with down 3. I don't think they'll try to run themselves an inning, but we'll see. A walk. Okay, I'm glad we've got our closer ready to go. We'll give him one more at bat here and see what he can do with it. Ground ball to third. And a double play to end the game. Preserve the shutout. Nice work by Grandpa Camacho there. I mean, how much more awesome would it be if I had actually put his real name in here and you can see your own name in the box score and the highlights? That's pretty awesome. That's why this game is so great. And if you want to just name yourself name an existing player after yourself, it's even easier. You just go into the editor and just create a player or import a player, you just name someone after yourself. But a player of the game, Grandpa Camacho, yeah, 9 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks against 8 strikeouts. All right, well, that's it. That's how you create a season. We got the achievement putting up zeros. All right, so we created a season. We imported a player, an all-time great. We created an all-time great. And we just played a game managing the whole way. And then we can also show you, we'll finish today. Here's the next day's games. Looks like the Yankees are off. Yeah, no game. So we'll just simulate to the next day. Now, just show you real quickly how you can also go into quick play mode. Now, if you hide scores up here and you do quick play, the game's done. It's the data stored. We could watch the box. We could look at the box score, but we can watch a play-by-play replay, or we can watch a highlight reel. I'll just show you a couple innings of highlight reel. It looks similar to when we're managing the game, but we're not making any decisions because the game's already done. We're just going to click through the highlights. So it's starting us off in the bottom of the second. And we get to see a home run. Yeah, that was Gleyber Torres against Alex Cobb. Now it's jumping us to the bottom of the 4th. Yogi Berra up with no outs. And that looks like it's going to be a home run to right field. Yep. Now, it might seem like it because the first 2 highlights we saw were home runs, but it's not always just home runs. It'll show you rallies. It'll show you good defensive plays. But this time it's jumping us all the way ahead to the top of the eighth. We may end up just watching highlights for the whole game because it's jumping so far ahead. All right, this is an extra base hit to left field off the wall. Thank you for showing that you do have highlights other than home runs. So that's a double for San Francisco. But nothing came of it, so it skipped ahead to the bottom of the eighth where Yogi Berra is up again. And is he going to go yard? Nope, it's going to be an extra base hit. And he's in the second with a double. Pretty productive day for Yogi Berra. And now it's jumped us ahead to the top of the ninth with the Yankees up 3-0. Clay Holmes is in, trying to get the save. Nope, that's down the line, probably extra bases. Line drive up the middle for a base hit. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't bring in Clay Holmes to close out Grandpa Camacho's opening day start. There's a strikeout. 2 outs now, full count. Ooh, checks his swing, bases loaded. Strikes him out looking on another 3-2 count. So anyway, you get the idea. The first game we actually managed all the way through. This game we just watched the highlights of a game that we asked the computer to simulate. So if we turn off hide scores, it'll fill in everything here. Player of the game was Garrett Cole. Then what we're going to do the rest of the way is we're going to just simulate the season. Now you can do a combination of these things. You can, if you want to manage every one of Grandpa Camacho's starts, you can do that, and then you can simulate all the games in between. You can even see here's the Yankees schedule. Right, if we go back to March, there's the game we played, and then 1st of April there's another game we played. Right over the course of the season, these will fill in the scores. If there are rainouts, it'll change it to double headers. Takmedo says, yes, the Yankees are 2-0 without allowing a run all season. That is correct. We're on a pace to go 162-0 without giving up any runs. Yeah, so then we'll show you what it looks like to just sim a whole month. You can just do a month in no time. Right? It's making all the decisions, it's playing all the games, it's generating box scores, it's updating the calendar, but it's doing it super fast. The Yankees are 17-12 atop the AL East, trailing the Tigers by a game in the AL Central. And the Diamondbacks leading all the majors with a 20-9 record. We'll do another month. You can see on the sides as it's simming the league leaders in a few offensive categories. Right, so we see Yogi Berra in the top 3 in batting average up there. All right, so we may have any conflict. Garrett Cole gets career strikeout number 2,000 because in this 2023 season, right, it has Cole's history up until this season. Aaron Judge won Player of the Week, and Aaron Judge got on base 7 consecutive times, not 7 consecutive games, 7 consecutive appearances. And then Grandpa Camacho struck out 6 consecutive batters. Nice. Okay, our owner has set the team focus from neutral to win now. So keep in mind the Yankees in actual 2023 went 82-80, so just over 500 balls. So we're doing better than that for sure. I would hope so. You add 2 legend level players to a team that was 82-80, you would hope you would do significantly better than that. Okay, so let's go ahead and sim to the All-Star break. And again, any point along this, we could have stopped to manage a game or watch highlights of a game. But since we've already seen that, we're just going to sim to the All-Star game and then to the end of the season. And then we'll see how our contestants did in our pack giveaway. So Grandpa Camacho won Pitcher of the Month, not surprising. Our team won 8 games in a row. Aaron Judge had a 9-game RBI streak. Aaron Judge had a 7-game extra base hit streak. And Aaron Judge won Batter of the Month. So we had a Pitcher of the Month and the Batter of the Month in the same month. That usually will help you do things like go 59 and 31. Now we simmed to the All-Star break, so we need to sim the rest of today. And we won one more game now to go into the break 60 and 31. Let's check our mailbox to see what the All-Star voting looked like. Now, if you recall, I turned off the impact of popularity. So these results should all be based on performance. And believe it or not, Yogi Berra, as famous as he was, if you import a player from time, across time, you can import Babe Ruth, you can import Satchel Paige, you can take Shohei Ohtani and take him back to 1970 or something. Anytime you import a player like that, their popularity starts at zero. So if we had left the All-Star voting the way it is as a default with the influence of popularity being high, then Yogi Berra wouldn't have a chance. But as it stands, he is leading the AL in votes at catcher. And let's see if Grandpa Camacho is getting votes at starting pitcher. He is not. Now, this is something that has baffled me over time. We will have created pitchers that are basically perfect pitchers, maxed out their ratings and stuff. And sometimes even they will not crack the All-Star voting at pitcher. It it doesn't seem to be a problem in other positions, like you saw Yogi Berra is leading the votes at catcher. For some reason, pitchers have a hard time cracking the top five in All-Star voting. And let's see, maybe his stats are not warranting All-Star consideration. Well, he's 11-4 with a 3.21 ERA, a less than one WHIP, which is walks and hits per inning. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to me that a pitcher with this profile is not an all-star or not getting all-star votes. Anyway, let me copy this and save it. But yeah, hopefully it was clear. How easy it was to set this up. And then let's look at who actually made the All-Star game. These are the rosters. Now, hopefully, they will have realized their mistake and added Grandpa to the All-Star roster. So everyone with an asterisk is one who made it by vote, and everyone else is added by choice, manager's choice. Okay, again, this is the one thing I always have to call BS on in these simulations. Our starting pitchers getting robbed, not not added to the All-Star team. This happens a lot with imported pitchers for some reason. The batters do fine. The pitchers somehow have a hard time, especially out of the bullpen. But here's Yogi Berra voted in. So it's also kind of fun to look at these stats and see how much they're similar to or varying from what happened in real life in 2023. That's the other reason I use 23. It's the most recent completed season, so we know what happened over the course of the season, and so it's fun to kind of compare what happens in the simulation to what happened in real life. If we use 2024, the season hasn't played out yet, so we can't necessarily do that. All right, so let's check out the home run derby. Okay, Aaron Judge is in it, but Yogi Berra isn't. I was hoping Yogi Berra might get into it, but Logan Webb had a .88 WHIP. Well, he definitely deserves a spot. And we did have quite a uh, pitcher's duel too with them. All right, let's finish the current round. Wow, Royce Lewis beats Aaron Judge by 4. Polar Bear advances from the Mets. JD Martinez beats Pete Alonso, and Royce Lewis continues to advance. All right, JD Martinez, home run champion. All right. Oh, you know what? We looked at Grandpa Camacho's stats. Let's look at Yogi Berra's stats. Yogi Berra hitting 347, 1031 on base plus slugging, 18 home runs already at the All Star break for a catcher. Um, it's also interesting how much playing time he's getting. 69 games started, played in 80 games, 80 of the 91 games. So not a ton of full days off for a catcher in the modern era. That's pretty impressive. All right. Let's go see what happens in the All Star game. Let's sim the day. We'll just quick play it and then check out the box score. 185 OPS plus for Yogi Berra. Yep. Okay, Yogi Berra All Star MVP. Nice. Let's screenshot that. Right? How fun would this be if he was playing this game and his favorite player wins the All Star MVP? That's awesome. Yep, player of the game, Yogi Berra. They win 9-6. So we can see from the box score, this is the win probability percentage graph. Yogi Berra's annual All Star game. Said the annual All Star game is mostly for the fans to enjoy, but the players have a lot of fun too. It's a great time to get that much talent on one ball diamond, he said. We feel fortunate to be even part of it. Berra wasn't just part of the game, he was named game MVP as his A All Stars won 9-6 over the NL All Stars. Berra went 2 for 2 in the game to earn the nod as the game's best. Let's see if there's some notes here. Bottom of the first, Berra hit a 2-run home run. So yeah, that helped them jump out to a 3-1 lead. The NL came back with a big 4-run third inning. But then in the fifth, the AL seals it with 3 runs in the bottom of the fifth. So you can click on the game log and see, okay, well, what happened in the bottom of that fifth? You can just scroll down. If you don't want to watch the highlights or watch the play by play, you can just go here and see, okay, they brought in Aaron Nola to pitch, Christian Yelich into left field, and then uh, Tristan Casas came in as a pinch hitter, struck out swinging, solo home run. So that's one of the 3 runs. A flyout, a single. Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra singled. Royce Lewis doubles. Alvarez hits a single, scoring Lewis, and then Garcia strikes out. So you can see how the whole inning played out. That's one of the cool features that it generates and stores these game logs and box scores. All right, let's go back to the standings and we'll sim out the rest of the season. Let's do. We're at July 11th. We'll sim to August. All right, Aaron Judge had a 43 game on base streak. Wow. And Conley had a 22 game streak without a run. That's impressive too. 43 game on base streak. Let's see what Judge is doing. Uh, let's see. 100 games played, 33 home runs, 269 average, 1002 OPS. He's got 78 RBIs, walked 79 times against 121 strikeouts. So he's definitely on pace for 100 RBI and 100 walks easily. And we'll see how many home runs he's able to hit. So, throws in 13 steals and only 4 caught stealing. That's pretty good. Yogi with 8 sneaky steals and 2 caught stealing, still hitting 340. And Yogi 178 OPS plus, Aaron Judge 177 OPS plus. All right. Actually, why don't we take a quick look at the guesses here? Our contestants will be happy to know in this late night stream. Sometimes we get a bunch of responses. Tonight, only two. So our two entrants are guaranteed to win some packs. Congratulations. So we're battling out for who gets the 7 and who gets the 3. Takmano says Yogi 318, Babip Judge 311. Yet Yogi had 70 more batting average. Let me hide some columns here, and then I'll share. Okay. So we had one guess of 90 to 99 wins, and another guess for 110 to 119 wins. If it falls between 100 and 109 games, then we'll have to go with the tiebreaker, which is how many games will our legend pitcher win? And again, these are not Price is Right rules, so you can be over and still win. All right. Let's see what happens. We're already at 69 wins. Good number of wins there for early August, August 1st. All right, we'll go ahead and sim to roster expansion day, which is September 1st. Yeah, talk about that's exactly right. The strikeouts aren't counted in BABIP and are lowering judges' batting average exactly. 70-game shutdown streak by King and a 12-game run streak by Yogi Berra. And the Yankees are 87 and 47 with September left to go. The Rays only 2 games back. AW would be happy about that. Twins leading in the Central. Oh, sorry. I'm still on the sheet. There you go. Thanks, guys. Um, Twins leading in the Central. Rangers in the AL West. But the top 3 teams in the AL East would be in first place in either of the other AL divisions. So the Rays and Orioles are top 2 in the wild card. NL East, the Phillies, with the Mets surprisingly only 9 games behind. The Brewers leading the NL Central, with the Cubs just 2.5 games back. And the Dodgers and Diamondbacks separated by only half a game in the AL West. Have some good pennant races here down the stretch. I think I'm going to go week by week now. Check out these pennant races. All right, so there's lots of options. You can skip ahead one day at a time. You can go months or years. Can you go seasons? Yeah, you can go to next year. Yeah. All right. 90 and 47 for the Yankees. Twins with 79 wins. Rangers with 77. The Diamondbacks and Dodgers still separate by half a game. 14-game shutdown streak by Ramirez. Ooh, the Yankees went 5-5 in their last 10 and are now just a half game ahead of the Rays. 9.5 and 9 games leads in the Central and the West and the AL. NL East is also 8 games separating the Braves from the first place Phillies. The Brewers and Cubs only separated by 2 games, and a tie in the NL West right now. Although by win percentage, the Dodgers have a slight edge, being ahead in the loss column. All right, let's do another week. 96 and 54 of the Yankees, who have clinched a playoff spot. Let's see what happened in the NL West. Oh, the Dodgers have finally created a little separation, 2.5 games ahead now. But in the NL Central, the Cubs and Brewers only separated by a game, as the Cubs went 8-2 in their last 10, and the Brewers have faltered to 5-5. All right, let's do another week. The Yankees had 101 wins with 156 games played. The Twins have 93 wins. The Brewers and Cubs uh, tied exactly at 88 and 68. I wonder if we'll. I guess we'd probably do. Is it 163rd game in 2023? Okay, we'll do another week. All right, the Yankees finished 107 and 55. And let's see. Twins win 99 games. Rangers win 90. The Rays and Orioles will be going to the wild card. The Brewers win by 1 game over the Cubs in the Central. And the Dodgers hold off and maintain their 2 game lead over the Diamondbacks. So let's see what happens in the postseason. If Aaron Judge wins the home run championship, Yogi Berra wins the batting title. That's surprising. Aaron Judge goes 2020. Gleyber Torres goes 2020. And we are headed to the playoffs. Hold on, screenshot this. I was not expecting Yogi Berra to win a batting title. All right, let's go to the playoffs. Playoff tree. And the Rays advance past the Orioles, and the Cubs beat the Diamondbacks. The Yankees win the division series against the Rays. The Rangers sweep the Twins. The Brewers get past the Dodgers, and the Phillies sweep the Cubs. Ooh, the Yankees make it to the World Series, beating the Rangers in 7 games. And the Brewers, a surprise entrant into the World Series, taking the Phillies to Game 7. So, an unexpected, at least by me, a Yankees Brewers World Series here. I kind of want to see how this plays out. We'll go to the score screen. And all right, let's go a game at a time. All right, the Yankees win 9-3. Home runs by Judge and Volpe, and Grandpa Camacho gets the win. Grandpa Camacho having quite the season. All right, finished today. Quick play game 2. Yankees win again, 1-0. Pitchers duel. Adrian House with the Brewers scattered 4 hits over 7 innings of shutout work with 6 strikeouts. For the Yankees was Clark Schmidt scattering 6 hits over 6 1/3, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. All right, should be a travel day. And then we should be in Milwaukee now. Garrett Cole against Corbin Burns. And the Brewers win 4-0, shutting out the Yankees on a 3-hitter. Corbin Burns, player of the game. How far did he go? 7 innings, 3 hits. And Darren Williams with a rare 2 inning save. I feel like the AI does that a lot when it probably didn't happen in real life much at all. All right, game 3 now, still in Milwaukee. Yankees win in 16 innings, 4-3. Wow. How did they score that? Look at that win probability graph. Gleyber Torres hit a solo home run in the top of the 16th inning. That's a heck of a way to go up 3 games to 1. All right, should be the last game in Milwaukee. If Milwaukee can win this, there'll be a travel day, and then we'll resume back in New York. And the Yankees lose 12-3. That's quite a beating there. All right, travel day back to New York. And Grandpa Camacho, no one you want on the mound more than that guy. And they get the win. How awesome is that? You're playing the game and you're the winner of the World Series clinching game. That's awesome. Grandpa Camacho gets the win. Holmes gets the save. Player of the game, Grandpa Camacho. The World Series clinching game. You win the MVP. All right, that was fun. Let's give out some packs and then we'll check out the postseason awards. Oh, let me reveal who gets what. As if the two people involved don't know. But for the purpose of the stream, we'll I'll unhide that third column. All right, so we've got Clay Dog guessing 90 to 99 wins, Tonk Mato guessing 110 to 119. I've got to go back and look at the standings. I think we're actually in between. 107 wins, so we are in between the two. All right. Yeah, 107. So there is no winner yet. We'll go to tiebreaker one. How many games did Grandpa Camacho win? Did we know that? Did we look that up yet? I don't think we looked it up at the end of the season. All right, who guessed what? Who guessed what? All right, Clay Dog guessed 18. Tomato guessed 22. If it's 20, that'll be awesome because then we have to go to the next tiebreaker. All right, let's see. 19-10. Almost another tie, but 19-10. So congratulations, Clay Dog. You get the 7 packs. Tomato, congratulations. You get the 3 packs. That was super close. Let's see the rest of the tiebreakers. This is fun. This is fun. Let's check out the rest of the tiebreakers. You guys are great at guessing these. Uh, what was the what was Yogi Berra's War? 5.09 by Claydog, 4.8 by Tonkmato. Oh, here, let me show you what I was just looking at. I was just looking at this. Again, your guesses are very close. All right, let's go to the lineups. And Yogi Berra's War was 7.4. 7.4. So Clay Dog would have edged out again, guessing just a bit higher than Tomato did. Yeah, I would have expected that high too. Although I guess offense and catchers is probably historically down, right? So bringing in a Yogi Berra could change that. And then this is the whip, right? This is the whip of our legend pitcher. Talk Beto changed his vote from 8 to 4.8. Yeah, 8 just seems too high. All right, let's go back to the pitching. Grandpa Camacho's whip, 1.03. Wow. Talk Beto zero point oh 0.09 away. And Clay Dog 0.14 away. But man, both of you, great guesses. Really close on the guesses. If not close to each other, always close to the answer. Let me highlight Clay Dog here before I move away from this screen. All right, let's see about some postseason awards. I'm a little worried that Barrow's going to be prevented from winning MVP by his own teammate, Aaron Judge. Yogi had a 321, won the batting title with 321. 28 home runs, 99 RBI. But then you got Aaron Judge down here, 264, 52 bombs, 119 RBI. But who knows what other performances are out there? So, Tom says Barrow should be MVP. All right, let's hit these postseason awards. Wait, didn't we see the end of the World Series? Why does it say? Oh, because I didn't finish the day, I guess. There we go. The trophy doesn't appear until you close out the day. All right, so now let's go to Great Glove Award announcements. Wow, Barra struck out only 35 times. That's insane. He almost had more home runs than strikeouts. Game score of 1082. Pretty good game score. Let's go back to that stat line and see what Tonk is talking about here. Um, 28 home runs, 35 strikeouts. Yeah, almost more home runs than strikeouts, which is amazing. You don't see that happen much anymore. 48 walks. That's the crazy thing. Judge struck out 186 times, but he also walked 111 times. All right, let's see about these awards here. Oh, did I not skip? Oh, Great Glove Awards announced. Hicks and Bader won as left and center fielder. So Yogi Berra did not win a Gold Glove. Rutschman for the Orioles won a Gold Glove at catcher. Okay, let's see about reliever of the year. Usually it's Bautista in these things. Oh, Bautista finished fifth this year. What happened there? 40 saves, 2.42, which is kind of high from the Sims we've seen. He's usually below 1 in ERA, but still surprising. Pete Fairbanks with 40 saves and a 1.72 ERA. Our own Clay Holmes, 45 saves, 2.22 ERA. Impressive. The Yankees had two players in the top four of the relief of the year, and a third down here in the top one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, top eight. Wow, that's quite a bullpen. All right, let's skip ahead to Platinum Stick Awards. I don't think Yogi Berra would in here. Yep, Berra and Judge won. So we see that in the achievements before we get to the list here. All right, let's zoom ahead now to Rookie of the Year. Oakland's Ryan Noda, 30 home runs, 259 average. Now, what did Noda do in real life? He hit 229 with 16 home runs. All right, let's zoom ahead to the Cy Young Award. Oh, the Yankees, Garrett Cole wins. Nice. He beat out Grandpa Camacho, amazingly. Wow. So if Grandpa Camacho was generated to be a legend level pitcher, I guess that means Garrett Cole is a legend level pitcher too. Let's see how these two did side by side here. Cole 17 and 4, big edge in win percentage, 19 and 10 for Grandpa Camacho. ERA, Grandpa Camacho 3.36, Garrett Cole 2.81. Whip, Garrett Cole slight edge, 1.03 versus 0.99. Although Grandpa Camacho had the better strikeout per nine number, 10.1 versus 8.9. But yeah, I think on the whole, Garrett can't complain about Garrett Cole winning that. Tom Beto thinks for MVP, the 20 stolen bases are going to be the deciding factor for Judge. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, the AI does really like stolen bases for things like all-star voting and awards. Although Yogi Berra, catcher, 16 stolen bases against 3 caught stealing. That's pretty good for a catcher. For AI doing a lot of running. 41 steals for Volpe, over 50 for Hicks and Bader. Amazing as WAR is so different on Cole and Camacho. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. I do think part of that reflects the AI also loves strikeouts for pitcher WAR. Right, that might have something to do with the 50 more strikeouts that Grandpa Camacho had. Actually, did he lead the league in strikeouts? Let's look at AL leaders. Grandpa Camacho second in wins with 19. Um, first in WAR, first in innings, first in complete games, tied with Kirby from Seattle. Tied with 2 shutouts with 3 others. Second in strikeouts, just 2 behind Gossman in Toronto. So, yeah, pretty good season there, I'd say. All right, let's get to the last award here, which is the MVP. So Tomato's predicting Judge, I guess, edging by based on those steals. Judge wins it. Tomato, you're correct. Yeah, Cole was better in everything except wins and strikeouts. And even though the AI loves wins and strikeouts, so Barra finished third. Royce Lewis. What did Royce Lewis do this season? 307 with 46 bombs. That's pretty good. But Judge, those 52 bombs. Let's see the complete stat line for Royce Lewis. That's a pretty good season there. 15 doubles, 46 bombs, 108 RBI. Oh, 43 steals to boot. 40-40 club. That'll do it. Given that, I'm actually surprised Judge beat out Royce Lewis. Lewis had a better average, more steals, slightly fewer home runs, but the AI does like speed. Yeah, that's a good MVP race. We'll screenshot this. That's the last award, right? Yeah. So let's save this. Does anyone know? Oh, should we look at achievements? That's always a fun way to end a sim. Thanks for P Boom for suggesting that. One of our I haven't seen P Boom lately, but yeah, that was a great suggestion by him that we check out the accomplishments each season. So three or more home run games. Surprisingly, Judge not on this list. Mike Ford appears twice. 6 of his 24 home runs came in 2 games. That's kind of amazing. All right, 6 hit games. Nope. 15 strikeout games. Grandpa Camacho has one of those. No walks in that one. Glass now and Zach Gallen the others. 15 strikeouts with no walks is pretty sick. Let's see his game log for that. July 3rd game. 23 game log, July 3rd. 7 in the third innings, 7 hits, 1 run, 1 earned. No walks, 15 strikeouts. Wow. Cycles. Michael Harris hit for the cycle. No hitters. Oh, Garrett Hole had a no hitter. Wow. That adds to the Cy Young credentials, right? 50 home run seasons. We know about Aaron Judge. No one with 150 RBIs. George Kirby gets 20 wins, 20-6. No triple crowns. Milestones are just kind of. Yandy Diaz with a 27 game hitting streak and Jose Ramirez with a 21 game hitting streak. All right, pretty good. Pretty funny. Great guesses by you guys. Good job. All right, well, I think mission accomplished. I just wanted to show people um, how easy it is to just out of the box, not just do a sim, but add a little bit of spice to it by importing a historic favorite player, creating a player, and kind of naming it for yourself. You could also just as easily model it after yourself or your idealized version of yourself. Or you can make more players, or you can import more players. But just want to show import a player, create a player, run a season. It's you can watch this VOD and I think do it pretty easily. So hopefully that helps some people maybe newer to the game or thinking about getting the game. But that's it. That was all I had for tonight. Kind of a short stream, but Mondays usually are pretty chill. Usually we don't have Ezra streaming before us, and we don't have Max streaming after us. So, um, yeah, I was planning on kind of a short, chill stream. That's I think what we got. And let's see. Oh, Baffle is streaming. It's college football, but Baffle 99 is a great member of the OOTP community who also streams other games as well. Let me give a shout out to Baffle here. Yeah, Claydog, thank you for being here. You have a good night too. Enjoy your packs. I'll let OOTP developments know tonight that y'all won those. So you should see them in 24 to 48 hours. And thanks, of course, to OOTP developments for the drops and for the giveaway packs tonight. And yeah, I'll see you over in Baffle's channel while I do some drafts. Let's go ahead and raid into Baffle 99. He's doing EA College Football, EA Sports College Football, and his stream is always a good time. So I'll see you over there. Oh, and if anyone has ideas for what I should do on my 100th stream, which is tomorrow, let me know. I haven't planned anything special, but I figured, maybe we'll do a fun experiment. Seems in keeping with what we do. But if you have any ideas, fire away. I don't know if they'll get back to me in time, but I should have asked for extra giveaways for my 100th episode.